Today is a kind of an anniversary. 20 years ago, exactly to this night, I almost died. But I'm still here and kicking. It was a traffic accident. I was hit by a car, very high speed. Crushed my lower leg, shattered my knee. My foot was pointing 180 degrees in that direction because my femur was broken and it came out through the side here on my leg. Snapped, lost 5 centimeters of the femur. And in addition to all that, the pelvic bone opened like an open book. I think I read somewhere that broken femur is about the most pain you can experience. Or if it was the pelvic bone. Well, it doesn't really matter because I did both at once. So I'm kind of an expert in physical pain. Ended up in an induced coma for a week. I think it was a week. Induced coma is strange. Because it's like someone pulls the plug on you. And then it's just black. You have no perception of time whatsoever. And then you just open your eyes. And a week has passed. It's the same thing if you're gonna go through an operation and with narcos and they put you to sleep. That kind of sleep you have also no perception of time passing. But when you go to sleep at night, as a normal person, you will still feel that time has passed. But it is a really special experience when you're lying there. We're gonna put me through the MRI scan, you know, those noisy tubes to scan the whole body because it was so messed up. And I just remember that you must stay awake. You must stay awake. You cannot fall asleep here. You cannot lose conscience. And you fight. You fight it with every cell in your body to just stay awake for one more second until you can't do it anymore. And then I was absolutely convinced that this is it. Now I'm dying now. And then it was just black. And then I opened my eyes and a week has passed. And after that, it was intensive care. And I'm not sure, but I think it was about 2 weeks in total. My body was full on drugs, morphine, which messed up my head really, really, really bad. Some people say that morphine is a nice drug. I would not agree anywhere on that statement because I had like bad hallucinations for a whole week. Basically the worst parts of the Bible was just acting out. And even though, if you know that there are no monsters, there are no insects that can come out of your body openings or just gushing blood everywhere, that stuff does not exist. But if all your senses tell you that they do exist, trust me on this, they do exist. I think it took me a couple of years before I had kind of filtered out all the false sensory impressions that whole trip gave me. I remember it like I had one whole week without a single second of sleep. And you had the respirator down into their throat and everything, so you cannot talk and communicate either. So you're just lying there witnessing these hallucinations for a whole week. Every single second you're awake. But in the intensive care unit, they had a watch, a clock on the wall. And I counted the revolutions of the hour meter, not the minute, the hours. And then when it went a whole one, that was 12 hours, 24 hours, and then I knew one day had passed. So I tried to focus on that one, to look at the clock and count the revolutions. Okay, just one more revolution. It's gonna get a little bit better. One more revolution in 12 hours chunks. But when I finally got the drugs out of my system and stopped hallucinating and got rid of all that excruciating pain, you cannot believe the sense of joy when you get your mind back and when you become yourself again, when you can start to think. That is a good feeling. I also remembered at the time in the intensive care, I had one other of those moments when I was absolutely convinced that I was dying and I need to stay awake, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake, until you just can't and you pass out from the pain. And that was when we were switching away from the morphine to another type of drug to ease the pain. And it worked, but when you, yeah. Let me put it this way. If you still can scream, you haven't experienced real pain. And also, you can have so much pain that you actually pass out. That's like the reference point for me. Some people say that I'm quite fearless in many things that I do, like the vlogging, for instance, or when I decided to sing, I can step out in front of an audience and start singing, where other people might be a bit scared to do that. But I guess it's got something to do with my baggage, my history. Because whatever happens to me, it's pretty hard to get any worse than what I've already done. It's possible, it's absolutely possible. But I really learned that time is invaluable. And you only got so much of it. But you don't know how much you got left. You just know that it's limited. And you need to spend it wisely. Really, really wisely. And I think these last 2 years is when it really took off for me in the right direction. When I really start to follow my dreams, follow my potential. Yeah. Take care of yourselves. Make it count. Life is not a rehearsal. You only got one shot at it. And I'm really grateful that I'm still here to be able to put these vlogs out, for instance. It's a good thing. Really, really grateful. Have a nice day.